that. Let's get in Gurmeet Chadha, who's now joining in to talk about this one. Of course, the other IPOs which are opening up as well. But of course, TataTech will garner bulk of the attention. He's managing partner and CIO at Complete Circle. Gurmeet, good to have you with us here. Good morning. What do you make of the TataTech IPO? I mean, if you look at growth rates, etc., they're not too hot, right? I mean, they're not very strong or anything. Compared to the other companies in the space, say Tata Elxsi or KPIT, growth rates actually are far lower. Margins at about 16.5%. Strong, but not extraordinary. But what, in a way, works in TataTech's favor is valuations. I think it's coming to you at about 28 times, under 30 times, basically. And if you compare it against, say, Tata Elxsi or actually KPIT is now 80, 90 times, depending on forward estimates. Is that the big USP? I mean, at least on day one, when the issue opens, that it's available, is it cheapest in that space? Or there's more? Go on.
Hi, Prashant. Thank you for having me over. See, I think to start with, yes, valuations are compelling, but it's not comparable to KPIT and Lexi, and that's why we should not, although look similar. So it's a full vehicle platform. Starting from concept to mechanical engineering, their hard engineering platform, software, embedded software integration, including live factory monitoring. KPIT and Tata Lexi are more software. Right? This is a complete value chain. This is basically digital engineering services. So they can start with launch of the product, including ideation of the product, to the end use of the product. So that way, so we were fortunate. My colleague Aditya visited their site in Pune, and we were quite amazed by the kind of work they are doing. So look at it this way. Now you give all features in a car today. So let's say a normal car has 30 ECUs, which is electronic control units. A good car, high-end car would have 70, 80. And a super high-end like Tesla will have probably 100 ECUs. Now they can integrate everything, including your braking systems, infotainment systems, your heating system, etc., and capture all that data. So let's say if you are in a Jaguar, it can capture, your braking things over high terrain. It can capture tire pressure, etc. And that data can then be monetized. So let's say, for example, a car, you get a car with all features today, but you only want to use heating in winters, right? So it allows you that, they call it as a digital cockpit. So it's just more beyond than, just giving the software integration. It's end to end, and they only provide services. So let's say, for example, autonomous driving, they won't develop it, but they will integrate it for you. I just saw Rima mentioning they converted TIGO in Tata to the EV platform. So they specialize in conversion there as well. So it's a complete, as I said, complete value chain, they offer. Recently, I met their CFO, and they talk about how they converted Air India, normal planes to cargo planes by reverse engineering and producing spare parts. So look at it this way. This is a auto digital engineering services confined to auto, that automotive value chain, and offers host of features, including ideation. You can monitor your live factory. The robots are self-healing. I was quite amazed with what the stuff they do. And I think this company could be quite a bright star. The only sad part is that the issue is small. Probably on listing itself, the near-term gains could be probably taken care of.
That's true, right? Everyone's just wondering if they'll get allotment, which looks tough at the moment. But no questions about the strength of the business and the whole story. Gurmeet, just trying to play the devil's advocate here, right? The one risk that people talk about is concentration risk. So 40% of their business comes from Tata Motors and JLR. So the question is that why have they not diversified before? And is this the reason why the valuations are also looking attractive compared to peers? Your thoughts on this?
So I think it's a strength in a way because, once you have JLR, so for example, on Tata Motors side, there are 3,000 people on site. So their on-site ratio is the highest. It allows them to work. They don't compete with OEMs. They actually help them integrate and, add value add, which in my view is a strength. At some point of time, you will find there is a lot of competition, with each company building their in-house platforms. So I think their on-site mix is the highest, which, a lot of this is confidential. You develop new models in cars, new features, and that allows them to get that share. And out of 35, they work with almost 35 OEMs. 12 of them are actually new age. In fact, you look at China, for example, NIO, which is the largest battery swapping, they help them integrate. And as I said, the big money could then be made on the subscription services. Everything will become digital. You can, for example, to tire companies, you can sell, what is the tire pressure for cars in different terrains. All of that data can then be monetized, and a lot of subscription features can be given. It's like the way you use Netflix, right? You can call it, they have this feature called Connected in a Car. It's like Alexa in a car, right? A lot of that can happen. So I think it's a very futuristic company. And once it gets listed, probably you understand more of it. In the unlisted space, you only get limited access in terms of transactions. But as you hit the market, so I'm pretty excited. I think valuation, obviously, as Prashant said, very good starting point. This year, they will already make 700 plus crores profit, 20,000 crore market cap on listing, probably one third of the valuation of the peers.
Okay, Gurmeet, before we let you go, KPIT, you all got it bang on. I think it's a doubler or maybe a tripler for you all. But are you tempted maybe to take some money off the table from KPIT, allocate some money to this IPO as well? Is that something that you all would think about, or do you want to stick to KPIT and continue to play that one?
No, but Nigel, I think both. So we probably want to trim something because it's gone up too fast for our comfort, almost as you said, two and a half, 3 times within a year. So probably want to trim it a little bit. But as I said, digitization of car, electrification of car, to me is a very, very long-term theme. And KPIT, again, actually keep upping the guidance in a tough environment like this. And, they do one part of what Tata Technology does. So I think it's a good marriage. If you want to play the complete automotive value chain, you probably should have both Tata Technology and KPIT in the portfolio.
I don't know about you, Gurmeet, but I'm not looking forward to Alexa in the car for sure, because there's so much of Alexa do this, Alexa do that at home, and now I have to listen to those instructions in the car as well. But your jokes apart, thanks a lot for joining in and talking about Tata Technologies. The IPO opens today, so everyone will be looking forward to that one perhaps. But let's